Yo, what's good? SupremeDaalmighty back in the building. We got BDvine on the show tonight. You know what I mean? Shout out to the sponsors, the Snow Goons, Creative Juices Music, Elite Sound International, Blazemore Radio, Vinyl Frontier, Smile the Ghetto Child, Mad Water Apothecary, the usual suspects, you know what I mean? Don't mind my voice, man. I'm kind of under the weather and shit. Peace to everybody. Peace and blessings. Welcome back, welcome back. You know what I mean? Trying to fix my camera and shit. There we go. Peace to everybody. You know what I mean? I appreciate all the support as always. You know what I mean? Just waiting for the homie to hop up in here. What you call it? Yo, make sure to check out next Monday. You know what I mean? We got the SupremeDaalmighty show back on. And my family's Jice one, of course. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can just invite him and shit. Shout out to MJ Connections, you know what I mean? Peace and blessings to everybody, you know what I mean? Yo, what's good?
Yo, what's the word, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man, doing good.
That's what I'm talking about.
You gotta get to chop it up with you, you know what I mean? I heard good things about you through MJ and whatnot.
Okay, that's what's up. Shout out to MJ, you know, link is up, you know?
Word, yeah, we gonna get into it. I got a couple questions for you and whatnot, aside from your latest release and shit like that, which, by the way, is hard as hell to say. I'm gonna say that. I don't know if I'm the only person that's having a hard time saying it, but it's a dope cover, it's a dope, I like the title. I just, how do you pronunciate it now?
Louvre Magnate.
Shit. See, I feel mad stupid for not being able to say that.
I hit him with some other, you know? I hit him with some other joint.
Word. That shit's fresh, though. I like that. That's some that took it to a whole nother direction and shit. I like that. That shit, ew. So first off, just to get a little more into who you are, for those that don't know who you are. So what's your name again and where do you come from?
Once again, I'm BDvine. I'm from Long Island, New York. Producer, MC. Do a little bit of everything, you know? Peace to Goomba. I see Goomba in the chat right now.
Peace to everybody in the place and whatnot. No doubt. So let me ask you this question, you got any favorite artists from that borough? Like that you looked up to, maybe, that kind of brought you into the hip hop scene?
From Long Island, of course, you know. We got Rakim, you know, EPMD, that's what I grew up on, you know.
Word. You have what's your favorite album from Rakim?
You gotta go with Paid in Full. You know, Paid in Full is classic. You know, I'm a huge fan of Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em though. And even the 18th Letter was my shit too. You know?
Yeah, the 18th Letter definitely had me. It's hard. Definitely wanted to ask that shit. Just first off to start off. Secondly, for those that didn't know, you produce and you also rap. So you know what I'm saying? Now my question to you is, what favorite country do you like to sample from?
Favorite country?
Yeah.
It really depends, you know. Like I rock with anything as long as it sounds tight and I know I can flip it. You know, it don't matter where it comes from. You know. No doubt. I forgot to ask that because, you know what I mean. I've asked a couple of producers the same thing, similar to that question, and you'd be surprised. You know what I mean? Like, the homie Stu Bangers and shit. He what do you call it? He samples from like Japanese anime and shit. He actually showed us one of the covers and shit. You know, others would sample from their own countries and whatnot. So, like me personally, if I was to sample, it definitely would like. Russian has some crazy samples. France has crazy, but Japanese is definitely the most interesting, I think,
when it comes to like sample bases, because they got it all. They got the jazz, they got the neo soul shit, they got all types of crazy shit. So
like I sampled some Japanese rock, in the past, and them like if you heard them joints, you never would have known.
Yo, facts.
Like you would have thought I caught some like ill woo shit, and it was like, nah, some Japanese rap right here.
Yo, facts. That's I figured I'd ask that, because you know what I'm saying. You never know. Like it's sometimes it's dope to get into the mind of a producer and shit. You know what I mean? Because you never know what they thinking at the time they made the production, or what you know what I'm saying, what they might have been listening to at that very point in time. But you know what I mean. That's why I figured I'd ask, like what your thoughts were on that. Like what if you had a specific country that you go to, like every time you type in something you want to sample, like, or you go to your vinyls, you go for a certain like sound, a certain country, or you just kind of Russian roulette it, you know what I mean?
I'm a Russian roulette, but I'll tell you one thing about vinyls though. I feel like the crazier the cover looks, the more gems are inside the cover. You'll get some like weird ass looking shit. You're like, the fuck? Nah, there's some joints on here. There's some joints. Next thing you know, you're banging out like 18 beats and four songs.
Yo, facts. Yeah, it's funny you say that, because a lot of producers say that too. Surprisingly, you know what I mean. A lot of producers like go for that, like just you know what I mean. They look at the cover. The cover is very crazy and complex, or some of it's just like out of this world. It's a lot. For some reason, it kind of matches up to the vinyl cover. Like the samples in it.
You can tell if it looks wild, you're like, yo, these guys did a lot of drugs when making this, so they definitely went in some other planet.
Yo, facts. Facts, definitely. I agree with that.
About it. So we're looking for some clarinet beats with, some wood chimes or something. Like, they usually explains like who's playing what, so you know what you're walking into a little bit.
Yo, facts. That's definite. Now, with that being said, to kind of stretch on to that same question based off of producers wise, when you listen to sample, do you listen to the first like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and then cut the record, or do you listen to the beginning, then dip to the middle, then dip to the end?
Oh, I listen to the whole thing from front to back. Gotta.
Okay.
You gotta. Because, like I said, every producer's got a different ear. You could play the same song to 8 different producers, and you're going to get 8 different style of beats out of it. Unless you get the lazy ones who just find that quick little 2-bar loop and just call it a day. But hey, we're guilty of it, though. We're all guilty of it.
I go for it. I one of them dudes sometimes. I listen to the first 5 seconds and be like, yo, this shit's crazy. But then, you know what I mean, I'll go back to the middle and to look for that layer, that second layer to the sample, or you know what I mean, I'll switch it around, reverse it, or I'll just, you know what I mean. So I've heard that from producers too. Surprisingly, a lot of producers will only listen to the first 5 seconds, and if the shit is not cutting it, they cut the whole shit, and you'll be surprised. There's a lot of, and you know what I mean, because I used to duck under the samples, you know what I mean? Like I look for a specific sound, I chop that one little sound and just make a whole beat out of just that one little sound. So
exactly,
you know what I mean?
It depends on what you're playing with, what your mood is.
Sometimes
I'll hear a sample and I'm not feeling it in the moment. I'll go back to it a month later and then make a gem out of it, just because my mood was elsewhere.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, I agree with that. I was gonna ask you this too. Cause I'm not trying to rush it, bro, but like I don't know if you've seen previous shows. Like I try to tell people, my IG's been fucking up. Like sometimes it would cut out. I have to re-enter back in, or we'll make it up to about an hour and IG will kick me off. So that's why I don't want to like seem like I'm rushing. It's just I don't want to mess up this interview with you, because I don't know what IG do.
So you know what I mean? You gotta do, we here, we chilling.
So I wanted to get to the no homo, the juicy parts first. You know what I mean? For everyone to listen to what you have to say, because I want them to understand you more of outside of the artist, but also as an individual. Because you know what I mean? That's what makes hip hop great. So I was gonna ask you, of all the tracks you might have made, all the albums, whatever, is there a song that you wish you could have gone back in time and did a remix to?
You what? Not exactly. I wouldn't say. Because if I didn't do it, it wasn't meant to happen.
Yo, word.
You know?
I like that. I like that. Yeah,
Like that.
I like that answer.
You know, like, you know, the LI Worldwide records, you know, that shit is still fresh. Like, I was thinking about doing a remix of that joint, you know, but
Word.
other than that,
Word.
if I didn't make it happen, it wasn't meant to happen.
I mean, I mentioned that too because like the live scientist, I think it was like the fucking 8 minute long. I was like, damn, that shit. You would think an 8 minute long track would be like, damn. After a while, it's like, you know, like. But I was listening to it, I was like, yo, everybody fucking brought some fucking bars. I'm like, yo, this shit's crazy.
Word.
So
Everyone
you think about that.
Flavor. Everyone had their own flavor, kept it interesting. And then even, you know, on the production end, I made sure I kept the beat interesting, so it just wasn't just like a little 4-bar loop and, you know, people are getting redundant with it.
Word.
So, you know.
The fact that you hopped on it too, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like I ain't go front. Like if I made a beat and I had all these fucking legends on it, shit, I'm like, damn, do I even want to rap on this shit, or do I just want to listen to somebody else rapping this shit? You know what I mean? That's the life of the producer too, though.
Yeah.
Like to kind of actually, yeah. So
the reality was that record was only supposed to be me and Trash. You know, that was the original record, was just me and Trash, and then I don't know, I just started hearing it. I was like, I can hear this dude on here, this dude next to you know, like I just started bringing people in, and then I was just like, yo, let's put a little soundtrack here. That's
crazy. Yo, Shao Prime, yo, Mad World Apothecary, peace. You know what I'm saying? So like to segue into the next question I was gonna ask, based off of that too, which do you kind of find yourself enjoying more of? Do you enjoy being a producer more, or do you enjoy being an MC more?
You know what? They're equal to me. It just depends on my mood. Like lately I've been back in my beat mode. You know, like I just been feeling the beats. I've been wanting to cook more. So I feel like I've been doing too much writing lately. So, you know, so right now I'm gonna say I'm more in the beat mode, but it's equal at the end of the day. You know, I got equal love for both.
No doubt. Yo, 88 blessed peace. So what do you use when you rap? When you write, like when you do your rap? Do you use pen and paper, old school flavor, or do you use like the iPad or a phone and shit?
I do both. You know, depends on my mood. I might use a paper plate if I gotta. You know.
Yo, facts. Yo, actually, I'm glad you brought that up. Perfect segue. Yo, what's one of your favorite foods to eat?
Oh man, favorite foods to eat? I'm a mac and cheese dude, bro.
Yo,
I like chicken. I like mac and cheese. I like to eat healthy too, you know. I like my veggies and stuff. But yeah, now when I'm in fat boy mode, I like that soul food, you know.
No doubt. Mac and cheese, that's interesting. Yeah, yo, mac and cheese, man. I don't ever recall ever eating no whack mac and cheese, man. Like I don't think it's even possible and shit. Like even out the box.
Possible.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, if it comes in a box. If it comes in a box,
yeah.
Like I'll still eat it, don't get me wrong, I'll still eat it, but you know, you gotta get that homemade.
Yo,
you know?
Yeah, I gotta get more of that. You know what I mean? I'm the box. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's unfortunately that's how we cook around here, you know what I mean? A little shortcuts and shit. But like, yeah, I gotta try some homemade shit, word. But yeah, I figure I'd ask that shit. You know what I mean? You sit in front of the beat shit, making the beats, like what's your selection of food and shit? Yeah. Mac and cheese, I don't know.
Word. Gotta stay chefing it out
here. No doubt. Bet. So also I was gonna ask you, so how did you come up with the name BDvine?
BDvine, basically, you know, my man's kind of put me onto the stuff a little bit. So at the end of the day, my initials, you know, my government is Brian Daly. You know, so you know, the Supreme, you know, alphabet, you know, it's actually Born Divine. But then there was another cat named Born Divine. I had the roster cat. He came before me. I had to be respectful and fall back from that title. And so I stuck with BDvine. But then Divine, the way I spell it, the reason why I spell it, because it's an acronym for Degrees Vitalized Intelligence Never Ending. So
yo, that's crazy.
Word. So you know, like I say, knowledge is infinite. You know, so
that's what's up.
Main.
That's crazy. I didn't even think it would be an acronym. I thought maybe it was just because someone had like a similar name or something. So you just took the I out. You popped the I out. So this way you can.
I had it like that from the jump.
So, okay. No doubt.
yeah, now originally I was actually born Divine, but then, you know, like I said, the dude, he runs around with Cap, you know, peace to him. He's a cool dude and everything. So like, I was like, I had to fall back because he came before me, you know. So I just stuck with that.
No doubt. So I figured I'd ask. This shit, I was gonna say, cause when MJ first typed it out, I was like, I thought she maybe typed it wrong a second. Cause I was like, why? I was like, you're missing a letter a second. Like,
oh yeah.
Then, you know, I'm good.
Even when people give me producer credit, sometimes they'll do like DEV or they'll do the DIV, like they'll just do it anyways and stuff. And I'll tell them like, yo, this exact spelling. They won't care.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You know, love is
That's
love,
crazy.
though, you know.
Yeah, fact. Trust me, I've been in that scenario. Penny Peace. I've been in that scenario because everyone was doing Supreme the as a THE Almighty. And yeah, I mean, at first I didn't really mind it, but then it came to what came about was somebody must have fucking tried to hijack my whole shit. So they fucking like they had Supreme the Almighty as the rapper, and I was like, I can't put that. Normally I wouldn't give a fuck, but you can't put that because someone else had that the in there, and you're technically giving them my credit, and you're technically giving them the tags and everything else. So it kind of defeats the purpose of me using anything similar to that. So you know what I mean. So I know where you come from with that, with the whole people might having your same name and you have to change it up sometimes. And
it's good. At the end of the day, it's kind of like life too, you know, like there's more than one Pete in this world. There's more than one John in this world. You know, it is what it is, you know? So it's like, you gotta do what you gotta do. I got my name trademarked and everything, so, you know, I had no problems clearing it, so I ain't got nothing to worry about.
No doubt. Yeah, I don't think anybody would really even want to fucking do that anyway, because you know what I'm saying, like that's real complex, a complex way of putting the name together too, because it's like you pop the letter out, but it also has you know what I mean, the meaning to it. Yeah. So that shit is crazy. So you know what I'm saying, I don't think anyone would be clever enough to come up with that shit anyway, even if they wanted to.
You never know though. You really, you know.
Yo, word, facts. Facts. So just to get more of an idea of who you are, you have any favorite movies that you would recommend to somebody that, like, you know what I'm saying, never seen the movie before?
I'm into, you know, the classic joints, you know, like the Scarfaces, the Boys in the Hood. You know, what's another adult movie? You ever see the movie Departed?
What was it called?
Departed.
Yeah.
That's an adult movie.
Yeah, that shit threw me off.
Yeah, how that shit went down, they had that shit pretty gangster, you know? But, yeah, you know, I like classics, you know what I'm saying? Down to even like Star Wars and stuff, you know, like.
I feel Star Wars shit. I can't take nobody serious if they ever said they hated Star Wars. I just can't. Like, you know what I mean?
Classic.
It wouldn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? What I was gonna say was so based on the classic and shit, which did you like better? I already pretty much, I'm sure I know the answer to this, but did you like the Carlitos Way, the original better or the remake?
I'm trying to think of which one was the remake. When did that one drop?
With Diddy in it, I believe, and fucking Puff Daddy, and I forgot who else did that shit. But like,
I didn't even see that one, so yeah, that one's automatically disqualified. You know?
Yeah, when I seen Puff Daddy was the villain or whatever the fuck, I'm like, man, I can't take this shit serious. Like,
yeah,
that shit is crazy, man.
That's like Belly too with Game.
I can't. Yeah, I can't, yo. That's
all due respect to Game, but that did not make sense.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, I couldn't even look at the cover. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this shit. I'm sorry, like that shit. That would hurt my feelings if I had to sit there and do that whole shit through fucking like an hour, 2 hours and watching that shit.
Yeah,
nonsense.
Like you know, God bless Game for getting his bag out of that situation, but you know, like first 5 minutes into it, it didn't sit with me. You know, I was like, nah, the whole vibe is nothing like You know, like I had to turn it off within the first 5 minutes. I'm sorry.
Yo, word, stay state property too. I'm like, nah, what they doing, man? They should let that shit alone.
Yeah.
Like,
and yo, all them joints were hard too, though. You know, state property. Yeah, Beans is that dude.
Yo, word. Yeah, he's Man, looking at him now though, I'm just like, I can't. Like, it's just weird looking at him now with shit. You know what I mean? After losing all that weight,
Yeah,
just yeah.
Lost a lung and some weight, you know. But he still lyrically, he still got it though. It's just different hearing him with the voice. I saw some interview with him where or an article or something. He was saying that he wanted to do his next album AI, so he could have his original voice back or something. I was like I guess he was gonna write it and then record it, but then have the AI like redo it with his like normal voice or something.
Yeah, that shit needed. They need to dead that shit. It's getting out of control. Yeah. Like, yeah, I mean, it does have its times where it sounds dope and shit. But yo, peace, Ivan, peace. Yo, Sonny, peace. Durrell, peace. Don't get it twisted. Like, it sounds kind of dope. I forgot what I heard. I think it was Jay-Z was the first fucking AI shit I heard or something. Like, it sounds dope. And I ain't gonna fucking lie, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's like putting a fucking a computer to work at McDonald's to take your order instead of a human person. It's just like, it's like,
it's not
how far. Yeah, like how far are we really gonna push this shit? Like, I can understand if we're gonna do some shit that could never ever happen. Like, say if you was to put Big L AI with like Big Pun AI or some shit, or like something that just is not possible, or you know what I mean? Then it's like, cool, fuck yeah, that shit I'm down for. But if you just taking other people's voices and just doing, man, that shit's kind of weak.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
that ain't it, you know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I do appreciate where we came from with the technology to this point. However, I don't want to hit, fuck the AI. Where's the fucking flying cars?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We could bring that shit. You could bring the aliens. You could do all that shit. But yeah,
we close to the aliens. Yo, we close.
we almost there.
Yeah, we almost there. Cause you see how shit's been lately. Motherfuckers just looking weird as fuck out here. We're doing the weirdo shit. Shit, man. Them bath salts had people looking like fucking cracked out aliens. Like, we getting it.
You see that shit the other day with the fossils? Apparently in Mexico.
Nah. What happened?
They apparently had some like 1,000-year-old alien fossils that they like presented at like a UFO conference or some shit. The shit looked like.
I think that must have been what everybody's been talking about. Lately, more people been talking about alien shit lately than doing one. I'm just like, you know what I mean? I'm upstate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Upstate, all you see is that motherfucking alien shit. Like.
Part of me don't believe that shit. It looked like E.T. when he was dying. Remember when he was in the river and he was all white and shit?
Yeah.
That's what the fossils look like. I'm like, come on, man. Like, all this time gonna finally show us aliens and we got dead E.T. Like, nah, man. Like, I want the shit. You know, so
I mean, that's cool, but like I said, I want the Back to the Future car. Like, I want the fucking, you know what I mean? I want some ill shit. You know what I mean? Like, my car drives by itself in that right now, like 20 seconds and shit. I'm like, that's pretty fucking cool. But I want the flying shit. You know what I mean? This way you ain't gotta take the airplanes no more and motherfucking. Man, I'm cool with that shit. I want that shit though. That shit's crazy. But like, yeah, it is what it is. It is crazy though. What was I gonna say? Fucking yeah. I like a lot of the joints off the album though, man, because I was listening to this shit, like just to tap into that and shit. And it definitely had like, you know what I mean? I don't know if that was the approach you was trying to go for, but it had like a street feel to it, like a real, you know what I mean? Like not to cross reference and shit, but it had like a core mega kind of feel to it, like you know what I mean? Because it's just it made me feel a lot of the lyrics you were saying. The beats really fucking hit you in the heart too. Like, it makes you like be like, damn, like, yo, like you want to freestyle on the shit. Like, that's how hard a lot of that shit was. And like, definitely, you got the gritty ass voice for the shit too, man. Like, I think a lot of people fail to appreciate that about hip hop. You do have to have a vocal tone to rap. Like, you know what I mean? Because if you want to sound like Lil Wayne, that's cool and all, but like, you need to have some real grit in your fucking voice to do this shit. So, and when you're listening to you rapping this shit, I was like, yo, that shit, And you wasn't even talking about the hard shit. I mean, you was mentioning hard shit, but you wasn't talking about like every track was not motherfucking drugs, and not every track was guns. It was like you had ill shit. Like that's what I appreciated about it. Like I know,
thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like I tend to say that because it's like, you know what I mean. A lot of people listen to this new age shit, like Kanye and Conway and all that. You know what I mean? And it's like, I appreciate that shit. They from my way, I guess, in like upstate. But like, you know what I mean? There's always so much you can listen to where it's just the same shit. It's the repetitiveness, like talking about the guns and drugs and shit. But like, I like how you came off with what you were saying a lot of this shit, especially the last track, like Tightrope. Tightrope kind of was like, yo, I like that. I think
Jules, he produced that joint.
Yeah, like the way you rap. Yeah, the way you rap down it, bro, it's like you can feel it. Like I feel like anyone can relate to that track in a lot of different ways. You know what I mean? Touch a lot of subjects and touch a lot of frequencies. I think a lot of people could appreciate. But I was gonna ask you this: what was it might be kind of hard to say, but like, what are like maybe two of your favorite joints off that kind of stuck out a little more than the other ones?
My personal favorites on there, I would say, is the Before I Check Out record. Overall, I'm proud of how the whole project came out all together. You know, that and, you know, the We Spin record, you know, because that's something genuine. You know, that's literally like my beginnings, and I want to do a record for the producers and the DJs, you know, and I want to do something for music, period. You know, because how often do we hear a record about, you know, someone, you know, rapping about producer life?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We don't really got that, so I had to do one for us, you know?
No doubt. Yeah, nah. I like that We Spin shit too. You got video to that too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Everybody should go check that shit out. It definitely had like it had an old school large professor feel to it, like, you know what I mean? You just rapping, you just, you know what I mean, chilling and shit. Like that, I like the vibe on that. You know what I mean? It's definitely more of the laid back ones. Yeah, I mean, 'cause most of the album definitely, like, you know what I mean, in your face and straight and just like kind of, it had very, like, it's very melodic, very epic, and a lot of the tracks, the pianos, everything was kind of just, yeah, it definitely, it was real clean. It was clean, man. Like I like it. Like usually, a lot of the mixes I've heard, like they're good, but they're not like. And I don't know, that there's something about those beats and the tracks and the way you rapped on. Like everything was just nice and clean. Like I liked it. You know what I mean? Now I was gonna say, as far as my favorites go, man, like Evident. I don't know, something about that shit kind of that shit really bumped. Like, you know what I mean? And I love pianos and beats, and that shit. It had like an anthem feel to it. Like that shit was real. That shit was ill.
Endemic, you know? Endemic put that joint together.
Or he be dropping some motherfucking heat.
Absolutely.
Endemic. I was gonna say, like, Love Choices. That shit was ill, man. Like I like the flow on that too. You know what I mean? That fucking soul sample or whatever the fuck it was, man. Like that shit. Yo, I was like, this shit is fucking ill, bro. I was like, yeah. Like I was really vibing to this shit. Like it had a new Jabaz feel to it. Like it was very clean and very, like, you know what I'm saying? Like some shit you could probably bump this shit in the whip with your shorty on the side and shit. Like it was that ill. Like I was feeling that.
You know, I'm not afraid to do records for the ladies, you know, because even with these hip hop shows, you know, there's always the females that love them hip hop shows, you know. But we ain't trying to make everything a sausage party out here, you know. We're trying to bring some ladies to the event too. So you gotta get a little bit of everything, you know. You gotta set the mood, you know. I'm not afraid to set the mood.
Yo, facts. Long as you ain't, you know what I mean. Long as you ain't renting out no fucking Lamborghinis and you know what I mean.
Fuck out here, you know.
Long as you ain't doing that shit, I'm cool with it. But you know what I mean. Word. Cause that, yeah, I can't. Some of these cats, bro, like shit they be pulling it, they get away with that shit, man. I'm like, man, this ain't motherfucking hip hop. Like, shit is not cool.
They need to lay off drugs. That's what that is.
Yo, facts. Truck Jules, he produced on the album too, correct?
Yeah, he did the Tightrope record.
Okay, yeah. See, I wanted to make sure because, like, you know what I mean. Sometimes, like, people have different names online, and I be getting shit all. You know what I mean? I'm old. Yeah. I'm old. I be getting all lost in the mix. But yo, peace to Truck Jules. That fucking beat is fire. Like, I'm saying that right now. That's why I didn't even know you was that same person, because you know what I'm saying. But that shit is fire, man. I really like that one. Like, it's definitely had a street style, like I said, and anyone, I think anyone can relate to that shit. You know what I mean? I like it. I like the fact you're like, yo, fuck this and that. I came out of it. I'm here. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's that. You know what I mean? Welcome back, Carter. Shit, I'm back.
Exactly. You know, because it's all about growth. It's all about expansion. You know, we see setbacks and we also go with the get backs. You know, so that's what I'm about. You know.
Yo, facts. What was I gonna say? There's only one track on there, like, you know what I mean? Because this is just how I am. Like, that kind of didn't vibe so much with me, and that was just Love from the Shooters. I mean, I know where you was taking it. I know where you were going with it. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it was the production. Like, maybe the beat kind of like threw me off a little bit, because it kind of had,
right?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Because like I said, I'm not trying to knock the hustle with that guy. It's just at the end of the day, me personally as a listener, I just don't listen to that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But, I mean, you still did your thing on the door either which way. You know what I mean? Keep it a buck, still did your thing. It just felt like it kind of threw a little wrench in it, because everything else was just so boom bap. It was so fucking, you know what I mean?
No, I get it. You know, to each his own at the end of the day. I personally don't knock the drill shit, because even like, well, some of it, you know, there's always gonna be good music, bad music in every genre. You know what I'm saying? You know, I personally appreciate the drill sound. I don't appreciate the message. I more appreciate, because if you think about it, right, even when you listen to that beat, if you were to take those drums out and replace them with some boom bap, right? That'd be some like Mobb Deep shit. Yeah. You know, you take those bass slides out. You take those bass slides out, and you put some boom bap drums. That shit would be on some Mobb Deep shit. At the end of the day, those samples and shit. So that's where my ear and appreciation comes from for that. You know. So. Yeah, word. That shit. I like how you put that. And it's ironic enough or whatever. Like, yo, you should do a bonus track with exactly what you said, and add the boom bap to it. Revisit that sample and just do a boom bap version.
Yeah, you know what I mean. See, give people an opportunity. Be like, yo, you know what? This is that. I like this one. I like that one. You know what I mean? Because you'd be surprised how many people would actually go back to that track if you remixed it up. It was like, oh shit, this is a whole nother fucking feel to it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Right. I'm gonna do that. Fuck it. Let's do it. Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? It was like, cause it was a dope track. It was just all the, you know what I mean? It just kind of threw me on. I'm like, I want to appreciate this so much. It's just, it's throwing it off the, I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but if you, I think you're right though. I think if you did like add the drums or maybe just changed it up, the whole vibe would just change. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. So, you know? So, that's why I tried to show, you know, I tried to embrace it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, cause everyone's like that's the thing. Everyone's entitled to how they feel about their own music. Because like somebody would tell me to like me country music, I'd be like, I can't. It's not my, you know what I mean? But that's your own thing. That's cool. But just don't force me to be in a whip with you, listening to 2 hours worth of country music, because I'm gonna walk home.
Word. Facts though. Yeah, nah, like,
you know what I mean?
You know, music is music at the end of the day. Like we said, there's good music and there's bad music. You know, everyone's got their own ear. So that I was like, I had to do it even just to show that I could rhyme over those style beats. You know, like I'm not afraid to rhyme over those tempos and stuff like that. I still come through my own message.
I like that. I like what you just said, and that's actually what I be saying on a regular basis. That's the only real reason I listen to it the whole way through. I'm gonna keep a real buck with you, because normally when I hear the trap shit off, I turn it off. I can't. You know what I mean? But I gave it the whole listen because of what you just said. I feel like some artists are dope enough that they can rap over that trap shit and drill shit and make it their own. And you did. That you did make it your own. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm like, don't get it twisted. You did your thing, and that's why I said, like, I'm glad you did that, because you did prove you're capable of doing that. And honestly, that brought you up here. You know what I mean? Like, it brought you where you need to be as far as caliber goes. Because some artists be like, not even attempt to. They don't got the courage to step on it, or they'll just talk all this shit about being the best. But then you give them a trill beat, they won't know how to rap over this shit.
Exactly. And even like, look at people like Nas and shit. Like when he was doing all those King Disease runs and stuff like that, he was still doing trap beats and drill beats and like mixing it up in there, just throwing it in there. You know, even Meth has a trap joint too. You know?
Shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like they do it just because we ain't afraid to do it. You know?
I feel that. Even though it hurts my soul hearing Nas rapping on that shit, because I'm a huge Nas fan, and you know what I'm saying, like hearing him, I mean, he's always dope. Like I always say, he's always fucking dope no matter what he raps on. But it's just, man, it's like it goes back to what we was just saying. Imagine I actually put out a contest, like fucking competition and some shit. And I told motherfuckers, yo, if anyone could grab the acapella of the Nas off the Magic 2 or any recent albums and make it all the beats boom bap, I bet you everyone would feel a whole nother fucking way about that Magic album and all those other shits.
That first Magic album was insane though. The only thing I felt like that thing was missing, honestly, on the first Magic was the Meet Joe Black record. Kool G Rap should have had a verse on that joint. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That shit was straight, like 94, like G-Rap, Nas vibe. I was like, nah, like he needs to do a remix or something with that and just have G-Rap up at 16. That was the only thing I felt like that thing was missing, and that's like an unnecessary thing, you know? I mean,
yeah, I've been waiting for a fucking Fast Life remake part 2 or whatever the fuck, man, because like yeah, Nas and Kool G, man, that fucking track was fire, and like to have them on that's crazy. Yeah, word. I mean, that's what I said. Like, you know what I mean? I don't try to knock people's sauces, man. If they want to do the trill and stuff like that, it's cool, man. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just there's certain frequencies to the shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like certain things hit your ear and hit your brain and your heart a certain way. It's like, you know what I mean? Like if you put a classic album back to back with each other, with a trill album, and like say if you took a Mobb Deep album and you put it, you had both versions of the album. One version was trill and then one version was only boom bap. You know what I mean? You're gonna lean probably towards the boom bap, because you know what I mean. Even though Prodigy's voice is rugged as fuck and it would go over everything, is at the end of the day is still the message. Yep. Like you said too, go back to what you said about how you like how the trill is this and that, but you don't like the message necessarily. So that's kind of how it is. Like for me with the trill, it's like the beats. I'm a producer too, so I'll sit there and listen to the trill beats. It's like, yeah, that's pretty cool, whatever. But the shit they be saying, it's fucking like hot garbage. Like, what are you saying? Like, what the fuck?
You're saying a bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
Talking about killing each other and stuff like that, and spinning the block and all this bullshit. You know?
Yep. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? I always told myself, if I hear more motherfucking Bone Thug and Harmony type niggas just rapping the fast shit, no one knows what the fuck they're saying, why am I gonna listen to it? Like, I'm sorry. And you know what I mean? Who really has the motherfucking time to go on Google and look up the lyrics to these fucking mumble rap songs and really sit there and want to study this shit?
Exactly. Those songs are meant for people with no attention span.
They just listen to the beat. There's no other way to sum it up. It's not even them listening to these niggas rapping. Most of them, 90% of the niggas probably listen just for the hook, but most of them only listen for the beat. That's the only reason, because when niggas bump their bass and subwoofers in the trunk in the car, they're not bumping the treble for the vocal, they're bumping the bass line. So technically speaking, don't no one give a fuck about the mumble rap, they just want the beats.
Yeah, exactly. And then even then, them beats are, some Casio keyboard bullshit, where it's just a quick and then, yeah.
Word, motherfucking 2-note niggas and shit. Like, that shit is so crazy. I was saying that one day, like, yo, I want to try this trap shit too. Like, it shit sound mad easy as fuck. I fucking made 3 notes fucking put a heavy ass subwoofer behind it. Everybody's like, yo, you make the hottest trap beats. I'm like, bro.
Like, come on, man.
I'm like, bro, I just chopped up a sample into 100 pieces and made that shit ill. And you talking about 3 motherfucking notes made you smile?
I think the craziest shit I ever seen, like, you know how they have like rhythm roulette and all that, where they have like, you know, the producer come in and make a beat. I saw this one video of this one dude. I guess he produced the Eminem record, the Kill Shot record, and it was like the behind the scenes how he made the beat. Yo, that video was literally him just opening a folder, turn on a loop pack, and just pasting it on, like not even creating nothing. He's like, and this is how I made the beat. He's like, I bought this loop pack and I just did this. And I was like, oh shit.
Yo, what? Yo, how you ain't get caught on that shit? What? Yeah. Yo, especially for an Eminem track, like we talking about Dr. Dre was his first producer. You just gonna fucking throw some random ass shit together and get away with it? Nah, son.
Just, like literally the way, like the original, like it was like one of those royalty free joints or whatever. The way he just literally just opened up the folder and just exported everything into the program. Like, yeah, that's all I did. I just bought the pack and sent it to them.
Yo, I didn't even know that. That's fucking crazy. I watched the Rhythm Roulette, I think it's called. Yeah, like fucking they had fucking shit. They had so many producers in that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that shit was ill, man. Like I love how they put it all together, but like I didn't know that. I gotta look for that episode now. I just said that.
It wasn't Rhythm Roulette that guy did. It was like another. It was like another joint. But yeah, look that up. It was like how he made Kill Shot, and I saw my boy showed me that, my man Vital, and I was just like, bro, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I might get hurt watching that shit. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, man.
And then he caught an Eminem placement by doing that too, which is crazy.
Yo, actually, now we on that subject real quick. Let me touch base on that because there's a lot of like if, ands, and buts, and like what should be, what shouldn't be. And here's my thing: growing up in the hip hop community, like I always train myself that taking like a loop beat and just throwing it behind a sample was considered cheating. Like you're kind of you're stealing somebody else's rhythm and you're just throwing it behind a beat. But later on, as I grew more into it, I understood people were taking the loop packs, throwing it behind it, but then they were layering over it.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this question: do you feel like that's kind of stealing somebody else's rhythm just to make your own? Or you think they should just chop the loops and make their own drums out of it?
I have a love-hate relationship with loop packs because I get it, and like when I get them, I try to walk into it from the perspective of me ripping something off of a vinyl. If I gotta chop it, pitch shift it, or do what I gotta do, like if I can't do that with the sample, I don't like using it. And you know. Like, but if there's a part, I'm like, you want these 2 bars right here, I'll take this and then add on. You know, that's a different story. But as far as loop pack, like I said, I got a love-hate relationship with it.
Yeah, because I be hearing, surprisingly, I be hearing a lot of motherfucking beats nowadays, man. And it's like the same breakbeat. Like, it's fucking weird. Like, it's like, why does it sound mad familiar? And it's like, fucking mad people's records have the same shit. It's not even like they twisted it, they chopped it. It's just they'll throw a little fucking kick underneath it, like underneath the already kick there, and just keep it like that. And it's like, you know what I mean? I'm saying here, like a lot of people would tell me, yo, you should do that. And I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm cheating though, man. Like I feel like, you know what I mean? I'm taking someone else's shit. Like it's one thing to take someone else's sample, which is like you're already stealing their flavor to make your own flavor. But to take someone's whole drum pattern and just throw it into the shit and call it your own, like I feel like that's kind of that in a way it feels like it's biting. You know what I mean? Like in a way, but I've been told otherwise because I know apparently a lot of the records back in the days were like that. They take a break beat off a salsa or something, you know what I mean, record or some shit, throw it under in, and they wouldn't even lay the shit. So
absolutely. And then you gotta remember too, even like look at the Cream record, right? Look about how many people reuse that same sample. You know? how many times did they use that Charmel's piano loop right there? You know, like over and over for years. And then even like another thing, if you really think about it too, even if you think of like the Mad Villain album, right? That one record, Accordion. Mad Villain literally just took an 8-bar loop and he was like, fuck it, it's mine. You know, like
yo, you were lying.
Like
that's crazy.
If you really go back, go look at the joint accordion. It's literally just an 8-bar loop. I don't think he even added no drums or nothing on it. It sounds like he literally just took 8 bars and was just like, all right, that's fine. He gave it a do.
Yeah, this shit is crazy. That's why I was sat there and asked myself, down like, yo, you know what I mean? Cause what if you sitting there thinking shit is sweet, you know what I mean? You grab a break, you know what I mean? You throw it under the shit, and someone happens to recognize it and they call you on it. Like, what are you supposed to say? Like, oh, well, I time stretched it, so it's my own.
Yeah, like, we all being prideful over here and shit, and then we got legends like Mary, like, fuck it, this is mine. You know?
Shit, but they can get away with that shit. Kanye could literally take somebody else's whole entire song, slow it down a little bit, rap over the shit, and he'll be alright. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That shit is crazy. Like, that shit, you know what I mean? That's why it's like producer life is like, yeah, a lot of people be getting away with shit, and then a lot of people be like getting paid for just crazy shit. I've heard some people buying $500,000 beats for just fucking a loop. Yeah. The whole shit is just loops. And it's not even their own drums. It's not even their own kick, snares. Like, they stole the fucking break beat, tossed it under a sample, and sold the shit for a G. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Shit, let me know. I'll do that shit right now. I'll make a whole album on that shit.
I remember, because I'm close with Salam Remy's cousin or whatever, you know, shout out my man Crunkadelic. I remember back in the day, he was telling me that Salam, he would make like a shitload of beats, and then he would hire a whole orchestra to come into his studio. He'd drop like 10 grand a week just to clear the samples, just remake the beats live. And that's how he was clearing shit for a while.
That's fucking crazy. See, that's why, like, if I ever had that kind of money, man, I want to do some shit like this. Have a whole fucking orchestra come in, just sit down for a whole fucking day and just make beats.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? That shit would be fucking crazy. Like, that's why the one thing I loved about the fucking the Wu-Tang shit, the fucking series. That one part where you had the whole orchestra come in and would just sit here and just fucking make beats from it, yo. Like, damn, imagine having that kind of fucking money, man. Sheesh.
Oh yeah, I'd be doing that shit all fucking day.
Yo, facts. I would import some Japanese orchestrated people though.
Right.
They had to come in. Yeah, because I'm sorry, yo, it's just something about, because I listen to Japanese music. I don't know what the fuck they saying, but I listen to it. It is like, the vibes in it. It's like, I don't know why, but American music cannot compare to the Japanese orchestrated music. It's just, they have so much more melodic. It's just just crazy. Like, now I see why they came up with the lo-fi shit, because it had to come from somewhere. It came from the Japanese vibe, because that's how they are. But so...
Hey, even when you go to some like sushi restaurants and shit, they'll be playing lo-fi instrumentals in there the whole time. Like the night lounge joints. I'll be going to some sushi spots. I'm like, yo, this music's pretty official, bro.
You're like, yo, hold on, let me catch a freestyle real quick before we eat and shit.
Let me get that California roll in a minute. Hold up, I got something to handle.
Yo, word. That shit is crazy. Yo, word. Facts. And that's all I say. If I had the opportunity, man, I'd put a fucking Japanese orchestra, man, or Japanese fucking jazz singers and something. Even the jazz Japanese shit is fucking crazy. Like, you can chop their fucking vocals all day, and it just be fucking shit. That shit is crazy, man. Word. Absolutely. Fucking hell yeah. But yeah, yo, I think we pretty much touched everything. Everything I wanted to discuss. I did have one more question in. I don't know if you was down for it or not, but would you be down to drop some bars?
You want me for the 16?
Hey, right freestyle. Off the head, whatever you feel like doing.
I'll spit this one real quick. Yeah. I crush small minds, American dream catching, LLC, cream snatching on breaks, DJ scratching, draped in fly fabrics, color schemes matching, cracking shells of snake eggs, preventing schemes hatching. No time for the shady shit, keep your corner baby shit. I operate at a 7-continent radius, I might colonize Mars next, deposit Martian checks. When I get on the stage, jump on the mic, awesome set. You can't prosper because you lack growth. I come up, you'll say I took an Illuminati oath. Nah, I just follow instructions God spoke. Like you have COPD, you don't want smoke with me. Be not on your playlist can make you dope sick. Leave you more fucked up than memories you can't cope with. Just like weed, these beats I roll up, toke it. Exhale illness, it's contagious, better hope it.
Woo. Yeah, you're right. I don't think anybody wants to smoke. Damn, yeah. Yo, you just fucking, man. I think I'm good off the whole rest of the week now, man. Like, you know what I mean? The bars, man. That shit in the fucking adrenaline gland right now is shit. Yo, word. That shit is crazy. I like that. I like that, man. Yo, Measure said dope. Yeah, peace, Measure. You know what I'm saying? Word.
Peace. Thank you.
Word, man. Fuck it. That shit is crazy. No doubt. Fucking, you got anything else you want to mention? Any shout outs or anything like that?
You know, shout out everyone who tuned in tonight. You know, shout out you for having me on. You know, new album, Louvre Magnate. It's out now on all DSPs and CDs. You know, if you want to cop a CD, I appreciate it. The link's in my bio on my IG. You know, shout out everyone who contributed to it. Shout out to everyone who shows me love on a regular basis, you know?
No doubt. Not fucking, I cop the album too. You know what I mean? I always try to pay as much support as I can, even though I'm broke as fuck, but I always try. And you know what I mean?
I said you counted on the Bandcamp the other day.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I know a lot of niggas be like, yo, but it's only $10. Like, yo, bro, I got 5 kids to take care of. Like, you know what I mean? But times is rough, but like, yeah, it was definitely worth the cop. I'm just letting that. I'm not trying to brag, and I'm letting people know that I did copy it. So I do recommend y'all copy too. It's definitely worth the listen. Definitely worth the, you know what I mean, the bumping and shit. Once again, shout out to MJ for the connection. She always introduced me to people like you that fucking just dope artists, and I'm glad for that, because I get too many garbage artists in my motherfucking inbox. So it's good it's a breath of fresh air to get, you know what I mean, real shit. So
I appreciate you, my man.
No doubt. I'm gonna drop this shit on YouTube probably next day or so. I gotta do some edits and shit, and once I do that, I'll drop the link into your messages. This way you could post it, you know what I mean, so on and so forth.
Super dope. I appreciate you, my man.
Well, no doubt, man. But yo, I'm gonna let you go. I hope you have a good rest of the week, bro. You know what I mean? Stay in contact, you know what I mean? So this way next project you drop, get you right back on, you know what I mean?
Definitely, likewise, my man. Be in touch, you know, I'm out here.
All right, bro. Be safe.
All right, you too, my man.
Peace. All right, peace. Yeah, that was BDvine, you know what I mean? Be sure to go cop his album. Like I said before, it's on Bandcamp. Go to his page, follow him. First off, follow him. You know what I mean? Check him out. Appreciate everybody that was tuning in and out. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people in and out. I appreciate y'all though. Your Measure, peace. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to MJ once again. Make sure to check her out. You know what I'm saying? If you try to get promotion and you have somebody help push you in the right direction, like you know what I mean? But shout out to BDvine. Definitely appreciate the bars. Definitely appreciate the album. You know what I mean? Good dude. We're gonna have him back on too. Next time he drops another project and shit. But much love to everybody. Shout out to my sponsors once again: Snow Goons, Creative Juices Music, East Sound International, Blaze 'em Up Radio, Vinyl Frontier, Smile the Ghetto Child. You know what I mean? Mad Word Apothecary, your Strong Jewel, peace. Yeah, and once again, anybody looking for merchandise and shit, hit up the brother Mad Word Apothecary. You know what I mean? He does my flyers and shit. I'm probably gonna be doing some dope gear with him too, so make sure to check him out. Shout out to the homie Pestilence for the connect. You know what I mean? Check out the YouTube page once again. Make sure to subscribe so it's where you can see any new video that's being dropped. And also make sure next Monday to check out the Supreme and Jice 1 show. You know what I mean? We're gonna try to do it every other week like we was talking about and shit. Much love to my brother Jice 1. Much love to everybody. Shout out to you know what I mean, Penitentiary Mail, my family, DJ AUT, you know what I mean? Make sure to check out his radio show every Saturday into Sunday. You know what I mean? Vassar College and shit. Shout out to my brother DK Black, you know what I mean? He's also down with Penitentiary Mail. Shout out to my brother Tone Cuff, of course. You know what I mean? DJ Fortnite, you know what I mean? My usual suspects and shit, my usual family, you know what I mean? Usual MOs and shit. Peoples, you know what I mean? Bard. But peace to blessings once again. Check out goonsgear.com. You know what I mean? Support everybody that I tag and shit. Like I said once before, they're all family and shit. Yeah. But yo, much love to y'all. And I hope you have a great week. Check y'all next week. Peace.